Okay, so we are now talking to Stuart in the UK. Sorry that you're in the UK.
Well, you guys speak the same language, so I'll let you guys talk. No,
Oi, mate, how's it going? What are you saying?
I don't do that. I'm from the north. I don't understand that language at all.
Oh, sorry.
My dad's from England. Do I get to?
Definitely a gold star, I think.
Yeah, a gold star. I like that.
All I wanted to do was just tell a very quick anecdote, really, and it was prompted by, I think it was Mark, who was talking about the spiritualist church.
Yeah.
I'm a mental health nurse, and some years ago I used to run a dual diagnosis unit for people with mental disorders and serious addictions, so they were quite vulnerable people. And one of my clients was, in my view, getting ripped off by a local spiritualist church. And of course, as a nurse, it's unethical for me to have a go at somebody's religion. You can't do that. But I was quite unhappy at the way that she was being treated. So what we did instead was, they were making claims that could be tested, as I think Jmike, you said before. So we tested one of the claims, and we invented a dead auntie for this client. And the rule was that she had to talk about the auntie, just mention her by name and say that she was dead and that she hoped that she would be able to talk to her. So she did that and said no more about her. Nothing happened the first week. The second week, this dead auntie was channeled through the medium and was speaking to her, which we both thought was quite remarkable because the auntie didn't exist. And I asked her what the dead auntie had said, and it was all for statements. It was those rainbow statements of, you can be quite a confident person, but sometimes you just get quite anxious that you haven't done the right thing. All of those statements that apply to everybody.
So the statements that apply to literally everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. But when they're put across, they sound personal. And she never gave them another penny, I'm very happy to say.
Oh, that's good.
Really. I just wanted to tell that story.
No,
it's really quite easy to debunk these people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it can be easy, and it's also very important because, like you say, if there's a vulnerable person and they're being tricked into paying money, like some people will choose this over, real professional help, or even start risking their livelihood and things, because these things are very important to them. If you have lost a loved one and you're in a distressed situation and someone's promising you can talk to you, it's horrible. It's an immoral scam. And so teaching people how to test this themselves is great. Exposing them to other people is great. And hopefully, if you do enough of it, the people who start telling these lies will start feeling like, oh God, if I carry on doing this, someone's going to expose me. I think it's important stuff to do. So, good on you for revealing at least to someone.
I'm not sure that we'll stop the charlatans, but we arm people about how to use critical thinking.
Definitely.
I have a particular approach to people because of the training I did, and it's actually all about teaching them to come up with hypotheses and test them. We teach people scientific method, and usually for delusions, so they can test their own delusions. But it worked beautifully with this as well. So I just wanted to make that case because it annoys me when people spout this stuff, to be honest.
That's Stuart. That's awesome, and something really aligned with things that I do. I made a video on TikTok like a while back talking about how I was a developer for TikTok, and how we were tasked with basically developing code that when people scrolled down on TikTok, it would send some beam to their pineal gland, blocking, their ability to astral project and all this. Like, I made up all this ridiculous stuff, which, by the way, I made this stuff up while I was making spaghetti in my kitchen. So I'm just giggling the whole time while I'm thinking ooh, this would be funny if I did this. So I go upstairs, I put a black sock on my light. It creates this kind of ominous bluish black vibe. I put the camera on, I record me saying all that nonsense. I go, I eat my spaghetti, I come back a couple hours later, and I have 10,000 views on the video. 10,000 views with people like messaging me, asking, how do I calcify my pineal gland, all this stuff. And so I had to realize halfway then, because I could have probably milked it for hundreds of thousands of followers and all these types of things to try to drive home the point further that anecdotal testimony is not evidence. But I realized that that could probably cause some harm and some things. And that's saying, you know, you said you, with the work that you do, I kind of had that in mind, that I didn't take it as far as that because I was worried someone might actually harm themselves if they were that easily, you know, buy into that. But the worst part about it is that once I went on to my main thing and I exposed it, people were like, hey, you know, this was awesome. Even spiritualists that were saying, hey, yeah, you shouldn't believe it, just random anecdotal claims. Because I came out and said, look, I just made all this crap up. People believed me. The worst part was people would message and go, well, how do we know you actually did it? When I had the link like in the description of the video. It's like people just sometimes don't even want to. I realize people just don't even want to help themselves, even when it's the evidence is right in front of you. And if anybody's familiar on that, you can just look up 5D developer on TikTok, and that's the account. I left all the evidence up there, so you know. But
I will do that. If you'll permit me, I've got a similar story. It'll only take 2 minutes at the moment. But a group of us, a few years ago, a group of us created an ancient Welsh traditional therapy called arboricology, which involves taking seeds from various plants and inserting them under the skin. And the idea is that the qualities of those plants will be transmitted to the person themselves, and it will heal whatever ails you. We didn't tell anybody how to do it because we didn't want people trying it because it's dangerous. Yeah. But we offered that we would send people a mail order course so they could become arboricology therapists, and we actually had 2 responses from established New Age therapists asking money to become arboricology therapists.
They hadn't even Googled it.
well, they just see dollar bills in their eyes. Like, this is something I can utilize. And even if like they don't have to believe what you're selling them for them to take advantage of it and use it as something to make them money, right? Look at tarot cards, for example. You know. But
it's just like scary how easy it is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Stuart. We do appreciate that. So, story time on Talk Heathen's always okay. You know, if it's related on that topic, we'll definitely listen to it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Stuart.
Yeah. Okay.
Go put brew on. That was Northern, wasn't it? Anyway. Bye.
That was Northern, yeah.
Talk again.